What's going on, FCA? My name is Pastor Isaiah. I am the youth pastor at Access Church, and I'm so excited that you're checking out today's devotional. I think it's going to be a good one, so let's jump straight in. I've heard it said that the place of our greatest joy and the place of our greatest pain come from the same place in our lives, and that's the place of relationships. That's right, the place of our greatest joy and the place of our greatest pain come from the same place, which is relationships. Now, as I think about this in my own life, I would tend to agree with this. Some of my biggest moments in my life that are filled with joy have come with family. I've been around family or I've celebrated with family in some sort of way. But then the people in your life, if we're honest, the people that are in our life that know how to hurt us the most, the people that know how to bring us the greatest levels of pain, are family, they're friends, they're people that we have relationship with. This is the reason why. It's because that we all have a unique personality. You have a personality that's unique to you. You have things about your personality that bring you joy, that bring you happiness, things about your personality that bring you energy. I have the same thing. I have parts of my personality that bring me joy and happiness and energy. But you and I alike, we have places and parts of our personality that bring us pain and frustration. Sometimes we even call these things pet peeves, these places of annoyance. But today I want to talk to you about being accepting and tolerant of other people. Why? Because we all have those moments. We have good moments, we have bad moments, but we have to learn how to be accepting and tolerant of other people. You know, Jesus was teaching one time, and he was teaching the disciples the Lord's Prayer. And he gets to this part in Matthew chapter 6, verse 12, and he says this line. He says, "Forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors." Now, what Jesus is teaching is, he's teaching the fact that, you know what, we have to be accepting, tolerant, and even forgiving of others. Why? Because someone else is being accepting, tolerant, and forgiving of us. Now, I don't think that being accepting of someone is the same as agreeing with them. I think that sometimes that we think they go together and they're the same, and they're not. I can love you, I can even accept you without actually agreeing with the things that you're doing. And I think that's what Jesus was teaching. He was teaching, you know what, we all have these shortcomings, but we have to learn how to accept, how to be tolerant of, and how to even forgive one another because someone else is doing that for us. So here's the question of the day. The question of the day is this: who in your life do you need to be more accepting of? Like, who in your life, you may not agree with everything, but you know, you just have to accept them for who they are, for their personality, for the things that make them uniquely them. And who do you have to be more tolerant of? Who really bugs you? Who really irks you? Who really is annoying to you? But you just have to learn how to tolerate them. And then here's the deal. Who in your life do you need to be more forgiving of? Man, who in your life has done you wrong, has hurt you, has maybe even burned you, maybe once, twice, or even 3 times. And you have to learn, man, I need to learn how to forgive them even more. Keeping in mind that someone else is accepting you for who you are and your personality and your uniquenesses. Someone else is tolerating you when you're annoying to them and you're pushing their buttons, and maybe you're doing some things that are their pet peeves and causing them frustration. Somebody else is tolerating you. Then ultimately none of us are perfect. And so all of us do things to offend or to trespass someone else. And so someone else right now is being forgiving of you. So who do you need to show more acceptance, more tolerance, more forgiveness towards? Keeping in mind someone else is doing that for you. I think when we think that way, we're thinking like Jesus would want to think. We're thinking along the right ways. We're not putting ourselves in a position to say that I'm perfect and I have it all together. No, we're saying, you know what? I don't have it all together, and neither does anyone else. And so we're all in this thing together. I'm going to accept, I'm going to love, I'm going to tolerate, I'm even going to forgive other people around me. Listen, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for our state, our city. I hope that this encourages you today. I hope that you really take this, really digest this, because ultimately I think this is how Jesus would want us to live. If he was right here living with us, he'd want us to follow in his footsteps. And that means accepting, tolerating, and even forgiving and loving people. So I hope that this encourages you. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.